Hey everyone, Craybill Collector. Today I'm going to be showing off my Zombie World deck from most recent ban list. Now, I'm playing a kind of cheap version. The deck I'm playing is very cheap, actually. This entire deck and extra deck cost combined together, about $25. I also would like to add Sergeant Squadron as well, but I don't think I'll be able to add that for cheap. Also, if you hear any weird noises, it's most likely the cats, as I'm recording in a room where there's a cat in, which I don't normally do. So, you might hear him play, like as in right now. But let's just get right into it. I play 3 Glow Blooms, pretty good hand dump tuners. This deck is really graveyard reliant. Shinzuki, actually, that's not Shinzuki, Shiranui Spectral Sword. Play a tuner of him. Fiendish Rhino Warrior for level 3. Curry Bandit. Tour Guide from the Underworld. 2 Unizombies. 2 Tatsu Necros. Pyramid Turtle. 2 Shuden Dojo, or, yeah, Doji, actually. Triple Mizuki. Triple Gozuki. And this is where the interesting part comes in as well. Because essentially we have, for the entire deck, our own form of monster terraforming. I play triple Necroworld Banshees, 1 Red Eyes Zombie Dragon, and triple Doom King Balded Roach, as he is the boss monster of this deck and works pretty nice. This deck has a lot of revival. For spells, we have Monster Reborn, Dark Hole, Foolish Burial, 2 Book of Lives, Zombie Necronize, and for the quick play spells, we have Hand Destruction and 2 Zombie Power Struggles. Then we also run triple Zombie World and Eradicator Epidemic Virus as well. What's a noisy cat? So for extra deck, I run a 14 card extra deck, as I'm saving room for whenever I happen to get my Soryu Scaldred, as he's pretty expensive and I want this to be kind of cheap deck. Phantom Pulse Dragon is just some pretty cheap things that you can get from recently that are tuners and all that. I focus on this one of, if I can't make the boss synchro of the deck, then I'll get some random synchro cards to put in. High Speed Roar Chenanbara's pretty decent with this. Red Wyvern's pretty good. Works pretty decently. Clearwing Synchro Dragon works pretty decent as well. I also run triple Red Eyes Zombie Necro Dragon. I don't have a Dante, however I would like a Dante. So until I get a Dante, I'm playing number 71, Reborn Shark. I'm also playing number 85, Crazy Box. Dark Beyond XYZ Dragon. Number 68, Centerfold Sky Prison. Proxy Dragon, Akashic Magician, and Deco Talker. And I have a Fuel Center and a little token right here from, I believe, the last structure deck of the SR series, which was Lair of Darkness, if I'm not mistaken. Now, here we go to the part where it's pretty fun. I get to essentially point out why I run certain cards, because if I don't do that, people will assume that I'm playing them for no real reason or something. We have Eradicate Epidemic Virus, can do some neat stuff. It's only trap in the deck. Triple Zombie World, because it's Zombie World deck. Can buff up zombies, or down them if you want. I don't really down them. But if you do buff them up and all that, and if you do use this card, during main phase, if this card is in your graveyard, you can shuffle one of your banished zombie monsters into the deck. If you set the card but banish it when it leaves the field, you can only use the effect of this once per turn. So it's a nice way in case I banish any of my cards in accident, like Glow Bloom, Mizuki, any of the cards Gozuki banishes, can get back pretty easily, because I do use that card often. And Destruction just for draw power, and also discard fodder, which is pretty nice, because I do like my graveyard setup. Zombie Necronize is pretty good, because I can take control of an opponent's monster at level 5 or above. Book of Life can revive a zombie monster and also banish a monster in the opponent's graveyard. Food Sparrow puts things in graveyard. Toys all monsters. Instead of going with Raigeki, I went with Dark Hole because, again, I have such good revival, I really don't care. That and also my deck actually does rely on graveyard. So destroying my own monsters is honestly not a problem. I would like to get Soul Charge and replace it instead of Monster Reborn, but until then I'm kind of just dealing with Monster Reborn. But I don't mind having Monster Reborn to the Soul Charge. We have our 3 Doom Kings. They can, each time a chain happens, you can negate whatever was originally chained and destroy it, essentially. So if your opponent activates... So essentially this deck has a lot of chain material for some reason. In the structure deck, like you can chain, if your opponent activates like a spell or trap card, or like if they activate MST during your turn, you can activate like either a spell or a monster effect and it becomes a chain. You can chain it to it, then you can activate his effect to the negate and destroy it, so it can save whatever you were trying to keep. Red Eye Zombie Necro Dragon only takes one, simply one, tribute? I couldn't think of the word. If it's zombie type monster. And if it destroys a zombie by battle and sends it to the graveyard, can special summon that zombie monster. So, Necro Banshees gets, I mostly just banish it and all that. It gets out Zombie World to the field or your hands. Gozuki can, once per main phase 1 or any main phase, I believe, during your main phase, so it can be main phase 1 and 2. Send a zombie to the deck, and if it's in the graveyard, you can banish any other card from your graveyard except Gozuki and special summon a monster that's a zombie type from it. 3 Mizukis, because you can banish the card and from your graveyard and target one zombie monster in graveyard and special summon the target, which is pretty good. Shuden Doji actually has 2 effects. You can either banish 2 zombie monsters from your graveyard and draw 1 card, or target one of your banished zombie monsters, place that target on top of your deck. So, you can help out a bit. Pyramid Turtle, because if it's destroyed by battle, you can special summon 1 zombie monster with 2,000 attack or less defense from your deck, which, let's not forget, is actually the defense of the zombie monster. Their boss zombie monster has 2,000 defense, and it doesn't say... Because I was getting a lot of people asking why I don't play Mystic Tomato and why I play Pyramid Turtle. Because Pyramid Turtle only works with 15,000 attack or less dark monsters in attack position, whereas this can go with a zombie monster with 2,000 defense or less in any position. So, defense or attack. Play 2 of these guys because they help out a... Thanks, cat. These guys help out a lot, as you can sit there and play Synchro's materials right from your hand, but they get banished, but that's not a problem. You know, Zombie, because he does some pretty neat stuff. Torgod gets out either Curry Bandit or Phoenix Rhino, and honestly, either one works. I normally do Phoenix Rhino, and then send it to the graveyard with something, and then use its effect to send the Fiend to the graveyard. So either Curry Bandit or Torgod, so they have just more graveyard potential. I mostly do the combo of Torgod, then gets out Phoenix, then I'll XYZ summon, most likely, into a Dante if a friend lends me a Dante. And then I'll make sure that Rhino's the lower one, the last overlay, then I'll use Dante's effect, get rid of him, mill top 3 cards in my deck, and chain it with him, and then I'll send Curry Bandit to the graveyard as well. So it just kind of works pretty nice. When she's in the graveyard, she can use herself and other monsters from your graveyard. So it's one non-tuner zombie monster from your graveyard, and you can sit there and synchro summon them, but banish them when the synchro is done. And these guys, when it's sent to the graveyard, you can banish this card from your graveyard and add a level 5 or higher zombie monster from your deck to your hand. And if zombie world's on the field, you can also special summon from your deck instead. But either case, you can't special summon monsters for the rest of the turn except zombies, and you can only use the effect once per turn. So it does work pretty good. As for these, I still, of course, don't have Scarya Scaldred. Decode, it's just a link. A lot of things, actually, the type, I believe, is this. If not, I do have a good amount of Earth. And, Dark Monsters. Just for some nice link plays. Because this deck is so graveyard reliant, it does use Centerfold, because Centerfold gets his graveyard effect off. Because he gets 1,000 attack and defense for each monster in every graveyard. This guy, I just kind of added him last minute. Attach 2 materials from the card, and then target one face-up monster your opponent controls. Its deck becomes half its current attack, and if it does, it gains that lost attack. So, it's just kind of something I go into in the rarity. Crazy Box, I don't really do too much with him. I normally link up, I don't really mess with him too much. He's just a filler for my Dante, because whenever I actually fully get to Dante, from the, I believe the Hero deck, or whatever it's called, has a common Dante. I might add Dante into him. 3 zombie Necros. It's a level 7, which is a bit weird. And, it gains 100 attack and defense for each zombie on the field and in graveyard, so it's pretty good. When another zombie is destroyed by battle, you can special summon 1 zombie monster from either graveyard to your field. You can only use the effect once per turn. It does work pretty good. Synchro has a long effect, essentially about negating and destroying monsters that's level 5 or above. This guy can get some attack buffering. This card can make a second attack during each battle phase. And this guy can declare a level so that way he can be used as XYZ material. Because if I happen to have a Glow Up Bloom and, let's say, a Curry Bandit, I'll sit there and synchro for this guy. And then, most likely, I'll special summon another level 3 out, and then I'll I'll XYZ into a Dante. I don't have Dante right yet. Anyway, that's a noisy cat. Anyway, thanks for watching, guys. If you did like the video, please do subscribe and also like the channel. Know that, because it does help the channel a lot, and can you not? Why are you so noisy today? But, recording in a room with a cat was a bad idea. Anyway, if you did like the video, like and subscribe and all that, let me know you do like the content. And what I could change to the zombie roll deck, as currently I'm thinking about putting an Underclock Taker in there. I definitely want a Staryu Scaldred and a Dante, Traveler of the Burning Abyss in here. So, yeet!